There was I wanted something to eat the other day. Surprise. And I went to Long John Silver. There's a guy with a fucking a leaf blower out there. I went to Long John Silver's and I waited in line for 20 minutes. And
that
then
was
I
19
realized,
minutes too long.
Then I realized that they had shut down.
They're closed.
Because nobody wanted to take my order. And I was like, well.
You looked in there and it was dark.
I wanted some chicken planks. You know what I'm talking about? Like the flat.
Say, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. No damn chicken plank. That chicken ain't got no plank. What part of the body is a plank?
They ain't got fingers either. They got toes.
So,
yeah.
When you get a chicken plank, you know what you're getting?
Yeah, you're right. But I wanted some, and then I realized, oh, shit, they're closed. So I went somewhere else.
So you went next door to KFC?
No,
and they
fuck
were
KFC. I ain't going to no fucking KFC, dude. They brought the buffet back to some of the restaurants, KFC, so you can go do buffet now again or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
I ain't done buffet.
I know what you're talking about, but I didn't know they took it away. Of course, I don't go to KFC.
Oh. Well, maybe they didn't take it away. Maybe I just don't give a shit about KFC. And
now we're hitting
on.
on
Then I didn't know.
It's not like a lot of stuff. We don't know.
Yeah, no. I was going to ask y'all, or I was going to tell y'all. Sorry.
There's a difference.
Yeah, Chuck Wright. He done resigned.
He did resign. I know Jimmy
resigned.
K was talking about that this morning, and I don't watch any local news anymore, so I don't know what's going on. I know he had some.
What kind of news you watch?
National.
Now, you know it big time, ain't you?
International.
Yeah, I
news.
don't care about anything going on around here.
Yeah.
There's too many idiots.
You think you might hear your name on
it? Good.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me one bit to turn on Channel 4 and be like, Earl over there in Westminster, and don't even say your last name. Just like Earl over there in Westminster.
They'll know who it is.
Or they say Little Earl,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, we know. He fixed 17 lawnmowers this week.
Seen that coming from a mile away.
When you get older, you know, y'all
look back and laugh again.
Yeah,
boy, how did they live to be that long?
Yeah, because what we couldn't have happened is have cameras and microphones all back when we was coming up.
No, they didn't have microphones or cammers back then.
No, we don't want that.
Statute of limitations ain't expired on some of that crap.
So
I was listening to an old podcast I never put out this morning on the way here, and I was laughing my ass off. We was doing songs and shit. But the problem was most of them were very vulgar, and we were making fun of Jay Gilstrap and the family dealerships an awful lot. And
well, they for the people.
No. He's not. He's on cocaine. I'm pretty sure.
He must be. I got. That's one reason why I turned from WESC. I just couldn't. I couldn't handle any more Jay Gilstrap.
We got to sell 74 cars this month, or I'm gonna kill myself. There was one ad like that, and I was like, "Nah, you're getting." I don't know if that's going to bring people in. Y'all remember the Looney Tunes?
That's what we grew up on.
So you remember them? Hell's part of us.
Yeah. No. Sorry. Not the Looney Tunes. That's not what I meant to say.
Well, it worked for us.
Yeah, but y'all remember them. Who was the Looney Tunes? There's Bugs. Why was he called Bugs?
Well,
Bunny.
It was the same. I don't know. There's Roadrunner and
yeah.
Wile E. Coyote and
Yeah.
what was the big rooster? What's his name? I say.
That's Henry McMaster.
No,
That's who I think
the
about.
other big rooster.
Yeah. That's very fair, because that is exactly what he sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take your shoes off. The
What was his name? Listen, the camera don't get my feet.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, shit.
Well, I mean, y'all have the same shoes. So
I got some pretty feet, so ain't no problem with that. What was that rooster's name?
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But
you talking about Bugs? What the hell's a Foghorn Leghorn?
That was his nickname. His real name was actually Henry McMaster. Because Foghorn Leghorn say, I say. And then Henry McMaster got on the news the other day, and he was like, I say, listen, now, what we're going to do is...
Chuck Wright, he's
Chuck
resigned.
Wright, he's resigned.
I'm on the point. Jeffrey Boy Stevens, he going to move in there and be the sheriff.
He going to be the sheriff of Spartanburg County, and what he not going to do is he ain't going to do no... what's he going to do?
No pay bills.
Yeah.
No pay bills.
He gonna do law enforcement, and so yeah, I don't do a great foghorn leghorn, but I do a pretty good Henry McMaster.
What'd you ask about Looney Tunes for?
I don't know. I had a note to ask y'all about it, but I didn't take a good note because it says Looney. No, I was talking about Muppet Babies. Sorry, remember the Muppet Babies?
The what?
No. Okay.
Muppet Babies.
Yeah, you remember the Muppets?
Muppets.
Not,
You talking about a 1, to count, a 2. Is that wrong? Muppets. That's Sesame Street, ain't it?
Yep.
You thinking of Big Bird and Elmo and that little gay guy who lived in a trash can or whatever?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Scrunch. What?
Yeah.
What'd you ask about the Muppets?
The Muppets, they had babies or something.
We don't know nothing about no Muppets. What are they?
Well, here's my problem with it.
Cabbage Patch.
No. That's a different thing.
What's the frog name?
Kermit.
Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Muppets.
Yeah, them's Muppets.
Oh, hell.
But the problem is they was Muppets, which are
I'm not sure what that is.
well, it's a puppet with an M. You know what I'm saying?
My puppet.
So somebody had a great idea, and they were like, "Hey, the Muppets took off, right?" So they had Kermit, Miss Piggy, Alf. Remember that?
Alf.
Who was the guy from?
Hawaii 5-0.
Nope.
Oh.
What was the guy's name who was
Cheers.
cooking?
Norm.
No, he was the. Damn it! What was he called?
Well, we don't even know what you're trying to say.
Well, I'm doing the
It's hard
Muppet.
for us to
Hold
figure
on,
it out.
I'm doing the Muppet.
You counting on your fingers, and I don't know what you're
Kermit,
counting.
Miss Piggy, Elmo, the Swedish Chef, and
I can understand him.
the two
Yeah.
old guys who were. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Them was Muppets.
Ah.
But then whoever came up with the Muppet idea, they said, "Hey, this took off. Great. Let's do their backstory," and they created Muppet Babies. So they just had smaller versions of Muppets.
Well, now, was it the same Muppets that was the original Muppets just back when they were kids? Or was it the offspring of the current Muppets?
No, I think it was the Muppets when they were kids, because if you had a frog, pig, sex animal,
I'm getting ready to walk out of here. What the hell did you just say? A private sex pistol animal? What'd you say?
No, if Kermit and Miss Piggy was always flirting, and he was like, "Oh, Miss Piggy," or whatever, and she was like, "Where's Kermit?" And then
I had to go again.
so they was doing sex, obviously, but they didn't show a.
They didn't show it on TV, did they?
Thank God, and they didn't show a. What do you call it when animals?
She go, wee!
You know what I'm saying? When
Stop
animals
it, Kermit, stop it.
procreate or whatever. What do they call it?
Well, they call it sex.
Yeah, no. I mean, when you when you do husbandry for animals, and they do different animals, crossbreeding. If you had a pig, what was Kermit? Frog. If you had a pig frog, that would be a nightmare.
That'd be a swimming ass pig, though.
A jumping ice pig, too.
Yeah.
Is it like a salamander or something?
Be like one of them.
What is a platypus?
Now that's where you got into your sexual crossbreeding. There, that's when a duck and a beaver.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
What happened? It was a three-way. It was a duck, a hog, and a duck. Anyway.
I don't know. They don't. I think it's their backstory. I don't think it's new animals or whatever.
Now, I didn't know if it was their kids or if it was back.
And what the fuck was Alf? What was he?
Alf was from another planet.
He was an alien.
Oh.
Yeah, furry alien.
Like 8 cats.
Yeah.
He was from Asia.
Well, he's alien. That's all I can tell you now. I didn't check his green card.
So they, like that. They was anyway. I didn't know if y'all remembered the Muppet Babies, because they also do they had done previously Looney Tune. They didn't call them babies, but they were like Tiny Toons or whatever, and that was their backstory.
Yeah, well, we were done moved on from cartoons by the time all that happened, I reckon. So I was we was busy drinking or something.
But I was thinking that they could do a new one and show like the middle part, right? Kind of like the
Teenage Tunes?
Yeah, Looney Teens.
Looney Teens.
Yeah.
Ah.
Kind of like the Bible, where you get like the.
Wait a minute. What did you say? Kind of like the Bible.
Well, you know what I'm saying? You get the story.
Nope.
That don't make no sense at all.
You get the origin story of Jesus, but then you get when he was an adult, but there's no teen-just.
There ain't no when he was 12 and raising hell and causing trouble. And
Yeah. But
what did you say his name? Teen-just.
Yeah. But you could do Looney Teens, but you could also do it in a way where they, Earl, pay attention.
I'm playing.
We could do Looney Teens, but you could also make it like rated R, where they're doing teen shit, like doing sex and puberty or whatever, and drugs, and trying alcohol for the first time. But
that would explain a lot as how they got to be in their elder. Well, that makes sense.
Wile E. Coyote smoked meth in his teen years, and now he runs into
he can't catch
fake
a damn
walls and
thing.
shit. And then Bugs Bunny, he was okay. I think he turned out all right. And then who was another one? Tasmanian Devil, obviously.
He did crack.
That's crack.
I mean, there was something wrong with him.
Yeah.
And then who else was a Looney
You know
Tune?
Tasmanian Devil and that little boy named, what's that little pig peeing guy on Charlie Brown? They cousins.
You think so?
Well, Pigpen always got stuff
Cloud
around him, and Tasmanian Devil, he's always spinning around. And he's stuff around him.
Now, see, that's a good point because I think people think that what was his name?
Pigpen.
Everybody thought he stunk, and that was like stink around him.
No,
But those were just his thoughts. There was something wrong with the boy. He was in special classes.
Yeah,
he might have been on the what you call the spectrum.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
you said on these. What'd you call them?
Looney Teens.
Looney Teens.
Yeah.
You said on Looney Tunes they're trying alcohol for the first time.
Yeah.
Earl taught me how to drink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And did it well.
Yeah, he did. He sure did. I remember one time, just after Earl had taught me how to drink, that something had happened there in town, and it wasn't nothing major. It was just something. I don't know. Somebody stole something or something. But anyway, police pulled us over.
Mm-hmm.
And they made us stand outside the car. And I never will forget the best answer I ever heard in my life. They asked, Earl said, now, where was you between 5 and 6? And you know what Earl said?
What is it?
Kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
Best answer I ever heard in my life. They just turned around, got back in the car, and left.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't ask another question.
We didn't do it.
I could see that easily. I mean,
We did do it, though.
well,
They just didn't.
Well, if we'd have stole it, first off, nobody would have known it was missing. Second of all, they wouldn't have known to look for us, because what would we be doing with a damn baby grand piano? Oops.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that's what was stole? Nope.
And plus, we didn't borrow no truck or nothing, so I don't know how we got it. I mean, I don't know how whoever got it, I don't know what they did with it. I guess that's what I said.
yeah. I think that's a very good answer. I'm going to use that one if I have to. Because, actually, you know what? That's too many times or whatever. I was thinking about, where were you between 13 and 14? But that's military time. Yeah.
Earl's in the military.
Yeah, he's in the Navy. And was
Yeah, he's in the
that-
Navy driving a fighter plane.
yeah.
This is Memorial Day weekend, and we need to pay honor and respect to all those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom.
Just so you know, it's for those that paid the ultimate sacrifice. It's not for veterans.
There's a big
totally
difference
different-
between Memorial Day and Veterans Day.
Well, I'm glad y'all
Totally
brought that
different.
up because I was going to ask, and I'm not making a joke right now. I didn't want to be disrespectful and make a joke.
Well, the memorial part.
I didn't have one planned. Memorial Day is for the ones who actually passed
Who have
away
died.
in service.
Right.
Didn't
Exactly.
make it home.
Veterans Day is for the ones who made it home and are still doing stuff.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I asked somebody yesterday at work, and they were like, I don't know. And I was like, well, I know somebody who'll know.
Yeah, we let that
Dad
stuff.
and Earl.
Yeah, we let it. We don't teach it. And when our age, everybody knows that.
Actually, this is probably going to come out about 6 weeks from now. So shout out to the ones who pay the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah, and plus,
it is Memorial
Happy
Day.
July 4th.
Yeah.
Labor Day's next weekend.
Good point. I did get 3 out this past week though, and I titled one of them "Roosters Are Bitches," and people got upset about that.
That's good.
But roosters are bitches, so I'm just stating facts. So. Then I thought, what did I think?
You
I wasn't
thought
with you.
you was going to go poop.
No, that happened. Oh, we was eating hot wings yesterday at work.
What would we celebrate? Memorial Day or just?
Yeah. Memorial Day. We just, they're pretty good about giving us.
I wish I'd known that. I swung by there and got me a little wing or two.
No.
And you could throw some corn. What's that stuff? Cornhole.
Yep. You would not have wanted this. This was how many extremely spicy wings can you eat?
Well, I'd have had one, and I'd have passed out and I'd been in left.
In the floor, screaming.
Passed out?
Got milk. Got milk. That's what he was saying.
No, and see, that's what a lot of people thought. They were
Got
like,
milk.
Can we drink? And I said, no, somebody ruined that for us. They said, no, can we drink milk? I said, no, because we ain't bitches. Roosters are.
We ain't won Indy 500 either, so you ain't drinking no milk.
Speaking of that, what'd you name the other 2 episodes? Roosters are bitches and what else?
I don't know. I try to name them elusively, like to
You got it just enough to draw them in. I wonder what the heck he's talking about there.
Well,
Better
see, that's
go
the reason
listen.
our Spotify numbers are going out the roof. You know.
So the first one that we got out there was The Office Revisited.
Was this the first one back 4 years ago? 5 years ago? Huh?
This was I did it the other day.
Oh.
It's just one we recorded right after Christmas, but yeah. And then the next one was Band-Aids, Horses, and Kites. And then Roosters Are Bitches.
Band-Aid, horses, and kites.
That's us.
See, yeah.
So when is have you cashed a check that Spotify sent you yet?
Well, it's not going. They're going to put it on a gift card.
Oh.
And it's going to be it's not actually a gift card, it's a Spinks gift card, so it's for gas.
Yeah. Speaking of that,
Which we can give to you because you have to drive here. So.
Equifax sent me a card on they. I got some money from them, out of this class action settlement.
Mm-hmm.
But my settlement, for some reason, I think it was $8. I'm gonna need more than that, But they sent it to me through my email on a gift card. Now, how in the hell did they do that, Kay?
Well, I would not open it.
Well, I didn't.
That's a scam.
Yeah,
I really did. I got a check through the mail for.
Who you suing?
Okay.
No, I ain't suing them. It just said, I don't know what it said. But anyway, I said, I need some money from a settlement. 'Cause I hear about people getting settlements all the time and going out and buying them a new tractor or a new truck.
You need you a new tractor?
That's what I was thinking. I got to do something about cutting this grass. 'Cause that little 22-inch lawnmower you got, where am
That ain't
I?
cutting mustard?
No. I have to go like 23 times back and forth.
Well, you were
But
talking.
Tracy's getting ready to get me a electric one.
Electric one.
Yeah, but she said
She don't have no faith in me at all, does she?
no, well, or me either, because she said it's a 13-inch. I said, oh shit, 13-inch. I said Earl's lawnmower's 20, and this is high.
That ain't gonna
I'm
work.
gonna be out there a long time, Tracy. Matter of fact, if it's a sunny day, I'm probably gonna have a heart attack and die. Now, is that what you're counting on, or what?
Well, you've already had one, so don't have another one.
Is that why she called me about what kind of insurance policy to get it?
Yeah,
I got it.
But
now.
also,
I didn't want the first one.
You said
It's not like I asked for. Hey, I got a heart attack back here I can borrow. I didn't want that.
You said 20 inches, and then you said 13. That's half, and I said nope.
Well, he never was real good in math.
What you need
Well,
to
I'm
do
just talking
is-
about it's half when I go that way.
Is if you no, still not even a thing. If you want to know how long it's going to take you to do it, just get one of my shoes and lay it out there because that's about 13 inches.
What the hell that got to do with it?
I'm saying,
I
did you
run over your shoe, cut it up, so it'll happen.
Well, I've been missing the pair of shoes, and I don't know where the hell they went. I was going to ask you guys, what is no, I wasn't going to ask you that. I think
I probably didn't know.
I freaking something's wrong with me.
We can,
Well,
we
yeah,
can,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
we all right on that.
You're gonna ask that.
I think I pulled my groin or my wiener or something, and I don't know how.
Yeah,
I don't either. I don't really.
and I don't want to know how.
You know,
It's just I got a pain in my, near my unit, and I was like, what is? I just woke up during the night one night, and I thought, oh shit, that I'm having something. Something's happening.
something attacked me.
And I'm like, so I got up, and here's how I checked.
It wasn't your heart,
No.
and it wasn't a muscle. You didn't get a cramp.
It could be.
Something was wrong with the unit.
No, not specifically that. My, it's near it. It's kind of in that region, on my thigh. And it woke me up. It was hurting, and I said, "Oh shit, something's happening." And so I got up, and here's how I check.
When you got up, did you get your gun?
No, it's by me all the time.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I keep that thing near me. And my unit.
Don't get them confused.
But yeah, it's gonna be if somebody breaks in the house and I run out there naked, it's gonna be a problem. Be like, wait a minute,
Don't move. I got a unit.
Yeah, I got the wrong apparatus. So
They'll probably turn around and run. To be honest with you, so you might be better off.
It's probably point and laugh. No, not they. I got up, and here's how I check to know, like, hey, do I need to go to the hospital? Is this an emergency? One, I'm not going to the hospital. Two,
So you talk yourself out of
ain't no
that.
need to go to two.
two, is this an emergency? And then I figure out.
What are you gonna do? We got a fire department?
No, I'm gonna probably lay back down and pray. And then 3, what is actually going on? I have a pain in my inner thigh area. 4, if I stand up and I walk around, does it hurt worse or feel better? And I got up and I walked around and nothing changed. And I was like, So then I went to poop. And I was like, okay, I could still do that. And then I also did urine, and I could still do that.
Can you mix concrete?
Not with my unit. I don't know. I mean, I could probably figure it out, But I was trying to figure out if I was dying. You know what I'm saying? So I had bigger fish to fry at that point.
Well, what
what
was the conclusion?
Yeah.
So
What did you decide on this dying piece?
It's gonna happen. It's really just a matter of when. So, but I figured out it wasn't going to be that night
Okay.
because I decided I'm going to lay back down and pretend like nothing's happening.
There you go. You got to trick it.
Yeah,
And so I decided I'm going to go back to sleep and I'm going to not. Here's what's going to happen. One of two things. I'm either going to wake up
or not.
Or not.
or I'm not.
Yeah.
So, and I did, and it's actually starting to feel better. So I think it's a pulled muscle. Initially, I was thinking like, oh, it could be like a blood clot or something.
How did you pull that kind of muscle?
Wait a minute. We may not want to know the answer to that.
I don't know exactly how I did it. It wasn't any kind of,
Was it limbo?
hula
hoop?
No, I hadn't done that, either one of those in a while. I think it was
Since
probably
yesterday?
one of two things. It was probably me being fat, and walking.
Which is good when you want to go somewhere, right?
Not a long distance, but yeah. Or it was I
think we're back to the crossbreeding piece again here.
no, we ain't doing none of that. I was trying to get on the roof.
See, yeah, you get on the roof at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. People are gonna talk, and they gonna wonder what's wrong with you.
Ain't nobody gonna see me at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning except my damn
Mexican
Spanish neighbors. Yeah, they
gonna see your ass up there.
But I was trying to get on the roof,
Look.
and That could have happened.
Did you lose a frisbee up there or something?
No. Funny enough, there is a frisbee on my Spanish neighbor's roof.
Hey, that's
But
what I've been saying this whole time.
I wasn't trying to help them. I was going to see. This is going to sound dumb. I don't want to say.
No, it ain't.
Don't sound dumb.
I was going to see what
Can't
it
be
felt
worth
like
getting
to
up
be.
in the middle of the night, huh?
I was going to see what it felt like to be Santa for a minute or whatever.
But so, what'd you decide about your ailment? Did you deduce anything out of it, or just?
Yeah, I decided I didn't care.
That's the best method.
I decided if I didn't wake up, then
When that kind of
So
stuff
be
happens
it.
to me, and probably Earl same way, you know what we do? Roll over.
well, that's the problem. I use a lot of. So here's what it takes for you guys. It's easy, right? But for me,
Well, we guess. I mean,
it takes a
I'm
lot.
usually asleep when I roll over, so I don't know. I mean,
It takes a lot for me to roll this much body. So I have to, I'm using a lot of.
That's how you strained your leg.
Below the
trying to get
waist.
a toe hold on the corner
what
of the
it
bed
was.
and
Yeah.
push.
Yeah.
exactly what it was.
And so that could have been it. Also, I was thinking there was one other thing I did. Oh, I had a slip and slide, and I think I probably used too much,
Too much slip.
baby oil or whatever.
Wait a minute.
We're back to damn P. Diddy again.
Yeah, I started saying, first of all, here he is in the bed getting crumpled up or whatever you're doing with some baby oil and a slip and slide. Well, first of all,
That was in the yard.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I got a pretty
Think about it.
flat area, in the yard that's flat. And I was trying to see how fast I could go,
on a flat surface.
Because I don't run fast, but I figured if I used enough.
If you ever get moving, though, it's on.
Figured if I used enough dish soap and baby oil, I could. What I was trying to do was jog lightly, hit the slip and slide, and hit. Put one foot on the ground and shoot myself into my car, like Batman.
I got to change the subject real quick.
Yeah.
Either was it last week or the week before when you came in and said, "Did y'all feel that?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was.
And it
he was in the
turns out-
bathroom. Remember, come out. Me and you, we didn't.
But
Y'all thought I was crazy.
Oh
Well, we know what caused the earthquake. though.
Yeah.
I mean, we put it together.
Yeah.
We know what caused it.
Because you
and
was
it
in
did
there,
happen.
and then you come out and say, "Hey, did y'all feel that?"
No.
Yeah.
He was proud of
Yeah,
it. He was proud
yeah.
of it.
Y'all feel that?
Thought that I was pooping so hard that I shook the earth. Wasn't it?
Well, we didn't know the whole earth then. We just thought it was like
Ow.
Seneca.
And now you're thinking, oh, he was on a slip and slide and he did it. No, I didn't do it.
That's what reminded Earl about that slip and
Yeah,
slide.
that's what I got to thinking. It's something that's shaking the earth, and I'm starting to put two and three
When he
together.
comes out and he said, "Hey, did y'all feel that?" like, look, yeah, I did that.
Fairness, I got one of those, what are them things called that, them real long flutes that sit on the ground, What are those called?
You talking about them things, them people up in Switzerland blow?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what to call them.
That's a long pipe.
Oh,
I was doing one of them.
They smoke that thing, but they have to get somebody else to put the tobacco in down there.
light it.
Yeah, they got to get their neighbor to pack it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was up in Cherokee not long ago, actually a long time ago. And,
Nice when you're a child.
No. This was, I was up there doing work. Well,
In Cherokee?
I was passing through there to go do
Well, you're
work.
gambling.
Yep.
You got a gambling.
And
addiction.
they, speaking of which, I need to see if I won last night. I don't think I did.
Speaking of that, we need to go up there one Saturday or Sunday or something and
Gamble.
get some engine money.
Yeah, or get Myers.
They
No.
was,
They like ours better.
I ain't going for that. I'm going to get engine money.
They was doing peace piping up there when I passed through. You know what I'm talking about? Where they,
Sitting around in a circle, passing it around. You sure it was peace?
no, they were kind of just lurking around a parking lot. They
That
weren't.
was not peace pipe. They was
No,
smoking.
that's take
that
another
was a
toke.
crack pipe.
They did have a.
Yeah, there's a song about that. Another toke on down the line.
On the road again. Is
Might
that the
not have
one?
been. I might have just heard that when we was around smoking pot.
Yeah, it was an earthquake happened, and you idiots fucking thought I was pooping hard, and I wasn't.
Well, you was in there. So, I mean,
And
and,
I felt
then you
it,
come out and
and
you're
y'all
like,
didn't.
yeah, you come out like, hey, guess what I did? I mean,
No,
you know.
you keep saying it like I was bragging about it. I was.
Well, you wasn't bragging, really. You just said, hey, guess
No.
what I did?
You keep saying. Also, I'm not.
Look at
gay.
here.
I'm not, why you keep saying it like that? I'm not gay. You're like, hey. I don't sound like that. I don't think.
Well, when you come out the bathroom, you do say, hey, did y'all feel that? Well, I mean,
Yeah, maybe.
and men early
But
looking,
you don't sound like that, but your boyfriend does.
I don't have any friends, so
and show not no boyfriends.
no,
maybe
that was
one, but
somebody was talking the other day at work. I mean, not work. Where was I at? Shit, I forgot.
Cherokee.
No,
golf course.
they were no. They were like, yeah, me and my girlfriends are going out, and I was like, oh, you have multiple girlfriends? You know, because I don't know what is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got friends, they're girls, that's fine. I wouldn't call them a girlfriend if I was a girl, you know. But, yeah, because who gives a shit? Me and my friends are going out. You know, with Earl, how often did you say when, you know, you have friends, you're like, hey, me and my boyfriends are going out tonight? We don't say that dumb shit.
I wouldn't say that. Not on purpose.
Ever. But they said it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. You got you and your friends, and they're like, no, me and my girlfriends. And
Well, I said
was
it
like-
one time and got chastised bad by Earl.
oh,
Cause listen,
you and your boyfriends were going out?
well,
Yeah.
we was with some people we knew and friends. So and I was telling, and one guy's getting kind of snooty, and you know he'd mess with her a little bit, kind of putting him down. I said, I said, this right here is my friend.
Yeah.
This right here is my boy.
Yeah.
You don't do that. I said, this right here is my boyfriend. And that's when Earl went, oh, no, hell no. And so it was, so I didn't say that no more.
But I ain't saying it was that.
No.
But see, back then, all our friends, when me and Earl was,
In our prime.
Children.
yeah, when Earl was running wild as a buck and I had to follow around, we had a lot of friend girls, but we didn't call them by their name. You know why? Well, most of the time we didn't know her name.
Called them bitch.
No, we didn't call them that. Well, we just make up different names, you know.
Yep.
See, I had one. Her name was Dynamite.
No.
Yes, it was.
It was.
Yeah, no,
Wasn't it there?
was.
Oh, and
I believe you. I don't know if you can tell this story, is what I'm
and
saying.
we had another. Her name was Joan Jett,
Yep.
and
When the truth is found,
I had another one named Swit. It's
What?
Swedish.
Swint.
His name's Swit. He got a lovely rabbit's foot. You ain't seen the commercial?
Rabbit named Foot.
Yeah,
His name's Foot.
Swit.
Are you all insane?
Yeah.
What the fuck are y'all doing?
What?
Well, we're just talking about TV commercial.
And you've seen it, I know,
Current
surely.
one?
Huh?
Yeah.
No,
Insurance one.
The rabbit's named Foot.
Swit.
I've not seen that.
They sitting around. They got on their motorcycles. Got their lucky things they take with them.
Oh.
One
Protect
guy's
them.
got a rabbit's foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a rabbit's
One
foot.
guy's got a rabbit
Yeah.
named Foot.
Okay, I've not seen that commercial.
Well, you missed it. When you see it,
Yeah.
when you see it, the light will go
yeah.
off.
Yeah,
and
you'll
go,
say.
Oh!
You'll say. His name's Foot.
Damn. Why did that become a thing? Why is a lucky rabbit's foot a thing? Who?
I wasn't looking for the rabbit. We've ascertained that. And
No.
Plus, you know what? I ain't never seen either. I ain't never seen it like a two-legged rabbit. I mean, a one-legged rabbit. Have you? I mean, first of all, would he hop around in a circle? You think?
If he had one leg missing, probably. If he had two legs, that's a jackalope.
Where did who started? Who got the first foot? That's what I want to know. And what made it lucky?
Some guy up in Cherokee was selling raccoon penises as lucky or whatever. Mm-hmm. You like,
Toothpicks.
I wouldn't put it in my mouth.
Well, people do.
Oh.
No.
Your-
They was
Some of your boyfriends?
It could be.
I don't.
I think they're just circumcised. What'd you say there was, raccoons?
No. How do you? Shit, I had a good question.
How do I shit? Well, I go right in there.
No. Well, what was I?
And when I come out, I say,
Hold on.
Did y'all feel that?
That?
What was I thinking of?
You was talking about raccoon peckers.
Yeah. Hold on.
Well, I don't.
I'm getting there. Hold on. I'm thinking. I'm doing thoughts.
As long as it ain't science or
Do
math.
alligators have wieners or whatnot?
Well, I don't know. I ain't never milked an alligator.
If you get milk from an alligator wiener, I don't know if it's milk. It might be real thick milk.
Yeah, I
What
was
else was
like
I
that.
gonna? I was going to ask y'all something else. Damn it.
Somebody said they're gonna milk a mule. I said, I said the mule's gonna love it, but I don't think you're gonna like it a bit.
Yeah, not me, dude. I'm not. Oh, what is
It's foot.
No. What is vociferous mean?
Vociferous.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you have to know the backstory. Hank Williams Jr. you know, fell off a mountain when he was young.
No, that's
Yes, he did.
Yeah, but
Well, you got to know the whole story before you can start using adjectives
Or big words.
or verbs. And so when he fell off that, doctor asked him, he said, "Son, what the hell happened to you?" He said, "It's just a family tradition." And that's when he named him Bocephus. And so now, like, if you dangerous,
Okay.
if you if you're not careful, you know, you vociferous.
Yeah.
Because
You fall
be
down.
careful, you fall
You're
off
gonna
of that
kill
mountain.
yourself.
And so that's what that means.
Oh. I was just wondering if y'all knew. I was using it the other day in a conference call, and I just kept using it over and over, and they were like, "I don't think you know what that means," and I was like, "I don't fucking think you know what you're doing. I don't like you." So I didn't make that sale, but
I can't imagine why.
yeah, I was, it was,
You had them right there on the edge,
Yeah.
and you let them slip away.
yeah, let that one get away. So you don't know nothing about alligator wieners or whatnot?
No,
Well,
or
shit.
raccoon wieners, other than they use them for toothpicks.
Oh, I'm not.